Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your Linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today, we're going to be talking about recalibrating your Zen link. And today's video comes to you actually courtesy of a lot of questions that came through my inbox. So I think that it's something that we need to talk about, something we need to address. And I even have a personal story too that kind of actually blends it all together, links it all together. So today we're going to be addressing that. So lovely souls, I hope you're doing great. I hope you have been able to get out of this energy cycle now where you're feeling a little bit better. You're feeling a little bit more clear. You're getting your footing again after all of these whirlwinds of energies that have actually pushed you forward towards transformation and change and purging all the negative stuff and really realigning yourself to your new transformed version of yourself, your best version of yourself. So how are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you are really taking stock of this time and how important it's been and seeing the value that you have had to go through all of these things to really get a new fresh perspective on your life and some of the things that are no longer working, which actually help you reassess your goals of where you're going next. So today we're going to be talking about the recalibration of your Zen link, because I know for a lot of you in the last 6 to 8 weeks, as you've gone through this transformation process, as you've gone through your own metamorphosis, you used to have a lot of interesting places you would go to clear your head, purge your mind, get peaceful, be within. And for a lot of you, you took the time to do something new. And for a lot of you, you defaulted to your old ways that you used to deal with stuff. And maybe you're at this crossroads now where you're going, well, you know what, that's not working anymore. And I want to reassure you that is totally okay, that you are normal, you are right on time for all of that to be clicking with you. And I went through this personally this past weekend. Normally what I do when I need to clear my head, because I'm an intuitive lightworker empath, and through all the coaching and things that I do during the week, I pick up other people's energies. So I know for my fellow coaches and lightworkers, you know what I mean. You need to clear your head because you not only have your own energies to deal with, you've got everybody else's. So you have to you got to clear out the space to get recharged for the next week, right? So anyway, normally what I do is I go on a 17-mile hike at the beach, and I take it all in. I take in nature, and it's beautiful, and it recharges me, it refuels me, it revitalizes me, because I'm a water sign, so I like being near water. So let me share a little piece of this paradise with you. Isn't that nice? I feel good. I know, I'm so fortunate and I'm so lucky that I have this Zen sanctuary space that I go to when I need to recharge and recalibrate, and it's been a beautiful blessing for me for several years, and I've really enjoyed it. But something wasn't quite connecting. Something wasn't cutting it, and I'm thinking, are you crazy? Like, people would kill for this. It's beautiful. Yeah, well, that stuff used to work for me, but something was missing. Something was missing, so I realized that was my sign that I needed to change something. I needed to do something a little bit different and change my own recalibration of what Zen means. And that actually made me start to realize that all the questions that came through my inbox were kind of like right on time, right on point. You guys are feeling it too, right? Maybe that long run you used to go for isn't quite cutting it. Maybe your twice-a-day meditation isn't cutting it. Maybe just the music or the mantras or the things that you're using, they're not cutting it. Maybe journaling for you isn't cutting it. Maybe if you're connected to sports or something, that's not cutting it. Whatever your outlet is for decompression, clearing your head, getting into your intuitive space of realigning with some of the thinking and feeling and reassessing all of that and what you need to do just to center yourself again, to get recharged for the next week. Maybe those things aren't working. Well, when I came to my own realization that, wow, I must have really gone through some sort of transformation or metamorphosis myself, or in dealing with helping everybody in this process, I too need to change that. And it was quite eye-opening for me to see that, as much as water recharges me, that wasn't quite 100% doing it anymore. And so I want to address this with you to do an exercise, because it's important that you find your new thing, your new Zen. And as you've gone through the transformation these last few weeks, just as much as you've changed, your self-care method needs to change too. Now, we don't think about that, because normally when we're going through something major, like shifts and changes in energy, we go to our default comfort places, right? We do that thing that makes us feel good to, okay, there's a lot going on. I need to go to this little hermit space and I need to feel my little comforts and whatever. And that needs to change. Well, what I'd like you to do now is get out a piece of paper and answer this question, or answer these questions. Who am I to say it's one question? You know me. Now it's never one question. It's like 10. Okay. What does Zen mean to me? Answer that question. What does Zen mean to me? What did work? What did I enjoy most about where I used to get my Zen? What did I enjoy most? Was it the quiet? Was it the creative flow? Was it self-expression? Was it relaxation? Was it quiet? Was it mental stimulation? What was that? Write all the things of what that one thing was that you did all the time, what it meant to you. If it's not working for you, or it's not quite there 100%, try to pinpoint what it is that's not quite feeling right. Is it feeling stale? Is it feeling like that too needs to be refreshed? Is it that you need to do something polar opposite? Is it maybe incorporate something else in with that activity? What is it that you think that is not quite working? And then I want you to list the things that are still working with your peace, your inner peace, your Zen relaxation, and the way that you recharge, refuel, refortify, and redefine your energies so you can keep going. Okay, I want you to list the things that are working. Now, as much as my little beautiful paradise was almost there but not quite there, something was missing, the things that that still do work for me is I enjoy completely decompressing over a great meal. And that's what I do. It's just me and the plate. There's no distractions, there's no TV, there's no phone, there's no anything. It's just me and this plate. And I reconnect because I take time to savor. And through the savoring, I get transported. I get transported to another time, place, or just within it itself. I'll inhale it, and all of my senses are changed, transformed. It's like I am transported. It's no different than reading your favorite book or a new book that kind of takes you to a new place. I take it all in. I take it all in, from every taste and texture and all my sensory experiences. That does it for me still. It probably always will. I reconnect to food that way. So it's food does that for me, and the elements do that for me, nature. And those are the two things that kind of stabilize and ground my root chakra and get me kind of centered. And that seems to work. So what works for you? What works for you? What still works for you? And how can you strike that balance about what doesn't work for you anymore versus what does? And how can you weave them together or reinvent something with something new that you bring into the mix that can kind of get you back to your grounding Zen space? You can then find what recharges you and gives you that spark in your soul. Do you know what I mean when I talk about that? That spark in your soul that makes you feel that zest, that vigor, that gusto, that for life, that really great energy. Because that's what you need to not only sustain this new elevation of where you're at right now, this new timeline, within your own timeline, this new direction. But it's what's going to creatively spark and fuel new ideas, new ways of living, new processes for enjoyment, because you're decompressing in a way that's really healthy, where you can get the full recharge. And I guess I'm gonna give it to you like you know when you charge your phone and it's not 100%, like it's only partial charge or whatever. If what's not working for you in your Zen, sanctuary, tranquility, serenity space, if that's not 100% anymore, then it's not like getting a full charge. It's like a partial charge. And that's not going to be enough energy to sustain where you're going next. So it's really, really important for us to link to our Zen recalibration link and understand how we need to change that too. Just as much as we've gone through the metamorphosis and change of our life, we need to kind of look at that way of how we refortify and transform that piece of ourselves so we can stay totally in balance and effectively maintain all the changes that we just made. That's maintenance. That's maintenance and sustainability, and being able to do that to keep in our place where we're fully linked in our life. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com. And go to Linkronicity.com for private coaching sessions. For those of you who are still waiting on answers to questions, I promise you I will get to them today. You will all have your answers, and I want to thank you so much for putting in your questions, because that tells me that you're very curious. You want to kind of just continue being that locomotive on your track to your next place. So I hope you have a beautiful day, recalibrating your Zen link, and get back into the space of refueling, refortifying, and resurrecting your new energy sphere.